Hey there, this is Daryl. Just have a quick video for you. I recorded earlier this morning as I was trying to avoid procrastinate to delay my weekly planning session. I do a weekly planning session every Friday morning to make sure I got everything figured out as far as what I need to do this week. And today is, minus 38 with the wind chill out, minus 27 without the wind. So I was trying to delay my trip downtown and that weekly planning session. So this is just to cover up for a delay in a blog post. I spent a little more time with the family over the holidays, and I'm not regretting it. But I've got a blog post that follows up on a blog article I did with regards to how do you know that tech has your back from an operator's perspective. This is the flip side. This is the how do you know that you have your team's back? How do you become part of that team from a technical perspective? How do you add enough value? How do you serve them so that you become a key member of that team and you're not sitting there injecting technology in where it shouldn't be? That kind of thing. So without further ado, I'm going to head downtown, but here's the video. Talk to you later. Quite often there's teams out there that you just they don't even walk into an operations center or just feel totally useless. So I wanted to give the tech guys a bit of an idea on how do you overcome that and how do you make sure you're not in that place, because being in that place is horrible. People just do not deal well with it. You end up with isolation. You never really get to the real requirements. You never really find out the burning problems, and you can't solve them. So I just have started a blog post. Just going to pull it up here just so I have an idea. Make sure I speak to them, tell you what I'm going to be talking about. But one of the key things is the number one key thing to me is actually being with them. Sit down with them. I was called strange for sitting in an operations center. We used to do this for at times 24 hours. We had to debug a problem, but while we were there, we sat there and hammered through a whole whack of stuff. We're doing search and rescue stuff. But sitting with them, and you need to listen to them. Find out what it is they're doing. Don't listen for functional ideas. If they tell you they want a green button, that's a red flag. Immediately back off and wonder what the hell are they talking about? Why do they want a green button, not a purple button or whatever? It's never a button. That's never the solution here. So what you want to do is sit with them. You want to listen not for the functional ideas, but listen for the problems. What is causing the pain? What is constantly happening over and over and over again? They may not even think it's painful. It just may be how they do things. But those little things are painful. If you fix them, it can be absolutely magical. If you can save them minutes in every hour, that starts to add up. If you can start saving them even more time. We went from a point of an hour to an hour and a half of a handover to less than 5 minutes just by changing how information flowed and stuff like that. So look at what they constantly do. Look for the pain points. And on a tech side, and when you're doing requirements and you're thinking about the problem, it's always tempting to talk about what you think the solution is. Don't do it. Don't propose anything up front. Listen for ideas and don't ask any technical questions. Don't ask things like, what's the uptime requirements? The business will drive that. If you ask them, do they need 99.99959 reliability, you've asked the wrong question, because odds are they can't afford that. You need to couch it in the terms of the business, the operational terms on how long can they operate. So as you go along, though, key thing is to learn the language. If they have a particular lingo they use, speak to them in that. Do not speak in IT terms. You may at the end of a presentation or a formal meeting say, here's what I'm converting your lingo into, but here's what it means to you. That's the number one thing. Otherwise, they will not understand, and they will disengage, and you won't even know it. If you're dealing especially with police and military, their faces just go poker face. You have no idea. They are no longer dealing with you. Some of the other services, at least in the first responder realm, tend to be a little more humorous and more questioning, but some of them, police in particular, are trained to not give away anything. This is part of their training. It's part of their nature. So work with them. Figure out that language. So I'll be working on this blog post soon. Just as I mentioned, just doing my weekly planning, heading out to the office downtown shortly. And it was cold, so I wanted to delay and procrastinate. Hopefully, you've had a happy New Year. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Talk to you later.